with the arrows. Turn the head on and off. On is green, gray is off, on, off. I can do that with any head. If I'm not using it, I can turn them off. If I want to use it, turn it on. T-shirts, the machine's kind of a logic-based system, so you gotta tell it whether you're loading, not loading, where you have t-shirts, stuff like that. So if I wanted to test print this head 1, I would have to tell it I have a t-shirt on head 1. Otherwise, the machine doesn't want to print a blank pallet.
Now is that, like, if we're going to throw it on 1, we got it on head 1 here, if we're going to do that
like
test
if I
print?
was test printing that.
All right, so if I want to hit test, it's not going to hit something unless I got a shirt turned on.
Correct.
Okay.
So there's one other reason why I wouldn't print right now, but yes, that's the main reason.
Okay.
If I wanted to move the pallets, stuff like that, I could line up my bearings to my forks, use the lock button.
Yep.
Old school term for it's freewheel. Once it's locked,
I got that done yesterday. Just getting it back to 0.
I could do things like index right. I could do things like index left. I could do things like table up, table down, switch to half index if I want. Halfway. If I wanted, I could go all the way around my machine. I can do things like clean screen.
Yeah, and I go halfway.
Halfway.
And then it kicks back.
It'll come back to where I left off, so I don't have to remember which direction I went. Brings us down to dwell times. If you need additional time, you can add extra time here. That's the machine will finish what it's doing, and then add extra time. You've got a maximum of 9.9 seconds.
Now that's if we're in auto mode.
Correct.
All right. And how do we get
anything in manual mode?
Is that here then?
Correct.
So manual. If it's on manual, we're using the pedal, and if it's
Pedal
in,
or that print button, either way.
Okay.
It's only going to advance one shirt at a time in manual mode.
Yeah.
Every morning it'll always start in manual mode. You'll
Okay.
have to switch to auto mode if you want to run auto mode.
Okay.
But that's as simple as switching to auto.
All right. And then we'll adjust cycle dwell time
You can.
based on after whatever if
Correct.
we want more time
Correct.
after the cycle is done.
Correct. Usually your
All right. Join on in.
depending on the number
Let's
of
go.
strokes and depending on your flash times, like maybe as a single operator with only one load unload station, you might be using it.
Yeah.
But ideally, if you had 2 people, I wouldn't use a ton of dwell time.
Okay.
But you may use it because you only have the one station kind of thing.
Using the dwell time might be helpful too if we were talking about a second if a little bit of cooldown time on a site step
A
back.
little bit if
it's
you
not
had
much,
to.
obviously.
I mean, you typically don't need it here.
Yeah.
Typically, I don't have issues here unless you're really not using that flash properly.
Okay.
The issues are always on 3, always after the flash.
Yeah. Now that dwell time is after it prints.
Correct.
Or it's not. Okay.
After it finishes doing what it's doing.
Yeah, the cycle
so
happens
finishes
first,
a
and
step
then-
back.
Yeah.
Then goes.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, the step backs get kind of confusing too because you have to time it out right. A print, a flash, and a second print is all considered one movement. So it's going to do all that
All together
before it dwells.
Got it. Okay. All right.
So if you're trying to load and stuff like that, make sure you got your timing down because this pallet's going to leave you
Yes.
and come back. As a single operator, that could be an advantage. If you can get your timing down right, I can unload, it'll leave
One
me,
pass. Yeah.
come back, and I can reload and
Got
keep
it.
going.
Yeah.
If you can get your timing down, that's probably going to be pretty significant for a single station press.
All right. If we ever got to that point, we're not going to do that right now. Can we take 7 off and turn it into an unload station? If we thought we wanted to or had to.
Permanently, yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend on off. On.
Oh no! It would be. It's either is
The other
or it's not.
option would be to have someone come out here, like to order a lift up head. The problem is this is an older machine. I don't
Yeah.
know
Oh,
what
no,
the possibilities of that would be. And mean, I could
I'd wonder how many times
install
we're
it.
ever going to get to actually use, 6
they
print
sent
heads.
you a lift up head. I
Yeah.
could install it. Finding one to match this press might
So,
be more difficult
all right.
than.
I could see it. We had after a year or two, and we realized like, wait a second, we never have ever used every head on this machine. And if we take off 7, that allows us to go a little quicker. And then also, Yeah, and then also, well,
If you
frankly,
choose-
it gives us another machine for
If you
parts.
choose to, you could always just take these screen holders off and give yourself more space.
Okay.
And this is kind of in your way, and this is kind of in your way, but it gives you a temporary, like, hey, let's see how it goes kind of thing.
All right.
This is relatively easier to adjust. I mean, I adjusted
Yeah.
them all yesterday,
Yeah.
but taking this off, I gotta undo the wiring in there, and
Yeah.
actually physically remove it.
Then tying it back in for wherever it left off.
Reprogramming